Out the door a little late today. My apologies, but there's a lot going on and we're on West Coast time. This is Monarch Links Golf right here. It's a public course surrounded by all kinds of beautiful homes on the coast here in Dana Point, California, where not only is the sun returned to California, but also we have cold, windy weather. A little like New England, except for it's not snowing. That endless parade of storms off the Pacific Ocean has shifted now into the north. So where last week and the week before we had what was called the negative Eastern Pacific Oscillation, now we have the positive Eastern Pacific Oscillation, with storms coming in more through Canada and then coming down through the Rockies and then into the Four Corners region, kind of disappearing over the Rockies and evolving into storms coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and then going up the Appalachians. So California gets a break, but we do have wind warnings here. It's only about 50 degrees outside, and I was surprised to see that the average low temperature around here this time of year is 44. So I guess I should have looked into that. Winds are gusting past 50 miles an hour here in the canyons, where I'll probably drive to the north in California for some Santa Ana wind that's not warm and hot, but it is very dry. Fortunately, there's been a lot of rain, so fire danger is not that huge a problem. Anyhow, everything around here is named after monarchs. There's an actual monarch butterfly sanctuary down here. We'll talk more about that as time goes on. There's a surf break right on the other side of the hills. That's the Pacific Coast Highway just down in there. So let's go to New England. What's going on? Well, it's the second time in 3 days, that we have a snowstorm happening. And this one looks like it's a little more intense. And a lot of the snow from last week was still on the trees. And Weir Lundstedt says in Merrimack, New Hampshire, that the power did go out for a couple of hours this morning. He got about 3 inches of real heavy snow before it changed to rain and freezing rain around, say, 2 in the morning, and then changed back to snow early in the day. So this is right on the edge of the rain-snow line, and just to the north and west in Reedsboro, Vermont, Mitch outside saying at about 12 o'clock your time, 11, 12 o'clock, it was snowing close to 1 to 2 inches per hour. Heavy wet snow, places in Vermont now passing a foot of snow with this system, with about 8 or 9 inches last week. So now we're pushing 20 inches of snow since Thursday, Friday, and it's not done either. Calling the play-by-play. That heavy band of snow is going to come down into central Massachusetts, and perhaps Boston gets 2 or 3 hours of moderate to heavy snow. Whoa, love these crows. Around 3 to 6 p.m. But it's the middle of the day, and it's hard to get the snow to accumulate. So a little bit like what happened on Friday, where it's snowing for hours and hours, and maybe you don't get that much accumulation. The dynamics of every storm is a little different. This one, we had the central low pressure system go across Nantucket, which usually is a good sign for snow for most of us, but there just wasn't that much cold left behind the retreating semi-cold high pressure system that moved offshore. And now we have the another surface low kind of forming, or a trough coming across southeastern New England, with the upper level low going by. So still hours more to go with this system. And then tomorrow, maybe the sun will come out. We have not seen the sun around Boston, I don't know, since last Wednesday. It was out for just a few hours. So tomorrow, Tuesday, maybe we'll get a little bit of sunshine. But the next weather system coming down through the Four Corners, heading for the Gulf of Mexico. Look at the size of this system coming to the east on Wednesday. And this time, an Arctic front is coming down ahead of the system, not penetrating all of New England, but there'll be Arctic air in southeastern Canada. And so it's going to be a case like last Thursday, Friday, where it's going to be tough to dislodge that heavy cold air that's in place. So Wednesday, Boston may end up snowing on the front side for a couple of hours Wednesday afternoon, and then change to rain at night. Meanwhile, that rain snow line could lift all the way up close to Mount Washington. That is a really juicy storm with 1 to 2 inches of H2O, which will be 10 to 20 inches of snow in the same areas that got the most snow over the last 2 storms. So that's 3 storms in 7 days, delivering feet of snow to the mountains of New England and inches of rain. Phil on Cape Cod says he's had close to 11 inches of rain so far. Is that right, Phil? This month of January, so it's just sort of an endless parade of storms. California getting a break now, but it looks like The storm track does want to shift back to the south a little bit next week. And after the Thursday-Friday storm, we've been talking about what's going to happen with that cold, and certainly plenty of cold in Canada, but it's a huge degree of uncertainty how much that's going to dig into the United States. Looks like a wide swath of real cold air coming our way late in the week and early in the weekend, but it doesn't really try and hold. And the Euro, which had a warm storm here, relatively speaking, for next Sunday, Monday, is trending colder and colder and colder, and that trend continues in this case for next Sunday, Monday. Another system coming at us, doesn't look that strong at this point, on this model anyway, but wow, this is so fun with the crows here. As you all know, I love the birds and the crows, everything that's in the sky I love. Anyhow, a real warm looking system trying to come at us with ridging in the southeast in about 8 or 9 days, but we'll see. Very poor consistency, with that, the cold, what's going to happen. Right now it looks like the coldest weather is in China, headed for Japan, where Japan is looking after record warm a week ago, maybe record cold coming up. And also they say in London, it was the coldest night in 10 years in West London. So plenty of cold to go around and plenty of action. No rest around here. That's Catalina Island off the coast of California. I've never been to Catalina. I know it's famous and infamous. It's too windy to go on the water today, so I'm probably going to go up to the canyons, but I'll leave you with a little bit of coming down the Pacific Coast Highway yesterday and coming in from, it was warm in the sun outside of the wind yesterday, and then going and watching the snow in Buffalo on TV. Let's see, the Bengals, that was kind of fun watching the Bengals win, and for Dallas, oh well, should be another fun football next weekend. Anyhow, talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for the videos, Weir and Mitch. It was chilly and almost overcast about an hour ago. Nice recovery, LAX. Beautiful day, Sunday, January 22nd. My mistake, Newport Beach is over there. I think this is called Corona Del Mar. Look at this van, Winnebago from Minnesota. That's Newport Beach. And I think this is Corona. And I think that's a corgi.
That's so pretty. Walter really loves the pretty girls. Yes, he's a ladies' man, right? Look at him, he loves her. She is so cute. How old is she?
There we go. It's fairly warm right here in the sun, but kind of chilly by California standards, I think. A lot of people wearing jackets. And then you go inside and you get the football on. It's kind of fun. We've got football playoffs in the snow this afternoon.
Orange and black butterfly. We actually drive through one of our larger monarch butterfly sanctuaries that we have. We have a number of these little habitats all around. We try to keep those butterflies coming back to our area.
Oh my gosh.
And the time I've seen them, because I've been here about a year and a half now, has been that July, August, September time.
So we can walk down here technically too.
You can.
Take to the
Instead of making the right turn, you would walk around the base of those homes. I don't know if you see somebody walking right there.
Yeah.
But you walk around the homes down to what's called Salt Creek, very popular surfing spot.
Oh.
Then,
Surf break right there. This will do. Shore break, but there's a little point right over there. I don't think that's quite Dana Point, but you get the point on the point. Surf for as far as the eye can see. Gonna go check the water. Haven't touched the Pacific Ocean in a while. but from what I remember, it's kind of chilly. I can already feel the chill. Didn't bring my booties. Not bad. Let's say probably 65, my guess. So during the middle of the day, even though it's kind of chilly this week, I think I can get away without a New England wetsuit. Wouldn't mind some booties though. Dana Point, California. January 22nd. Snowing at home. I like skiing, but I like surfing too. X marks the spot for a fun week.